What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Ah. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of the Lotl Love Exotic Pet Show. My name is Aiden, and we're back here with some awesome reptile content. I have a really weird fluctuating amount of energy today, so we're going to roll with that. We've got actually a new animal that I'm going to showcase, and we've got some other things, too, between me and Mom that we're going to get over to you. So, yeah, let's jump straight into it.
So guys, last week we brought to you the foaming of part of the backdrop for the new mangrove enclosure. So now that the foam is dry and fully fluffed, now I'm going to carve it. So we have the backdrop here, as you can see, and I've already started carving it because I need to get around the edges to make sure that the back will fit in to the new enclosure. And then also I'm going to carve it into some formations and stuff, make it really nice for Ted to climb all over and enjoy himself. So my battery's kind of low right now, so I'm not going to record the whole process, but I will check in with you and show you the progress as it goes. All right, guys, so we're checking back in on the carving. As you can see here, I've made a shelf out of the foam. I'm starting to uncover some of the wood that we incorporated in here. And I've still got a long way to go down here, but it's starting to take some shape. So we'll check back in a little bit when I'm a little bit further.
Here we have Penelope, the bearded dragon. This is the other bearded dragon we got. This is the second one that we got, and she's been living in here. She drinks her water quite regularly. She's actually the only bearded dragon we actually see drink water. So yeah, she's actually really chill right now. But usually what we have to do is we have to bend down to record her. But now she's actually at a different level because we actually have a brand new reptile, and that right here is this big chunky bearded dragon right here. We haven't come up with a name yet. I think in the outtake there'll be something about like us trying to find a name, but we got it's a female bearded dragon, and the people who we got it from is about 2 years old. The enclosure, now you might be thinking like, why do you have them stacked? Because the top of this enclosure doesn't have any like holes on the top, so like we're not blocking off any ventilation. It's all in the front here. It's been that way since when we built it. So we got her, and she was from the pet store that we got to our local reptile store. She had just kind of been dropped off not long before we got her, and she was in this cage. Now, let me explain to you this cage while I try and get her out. She's not the most sociable thing in the world, but she is kind of my passion project currently, and these cage doors are really hard to open with the pressure of this top, but it is indeed possible with a little bit of strength. So we actually got her, and they said that she was just dropped off in this enclosure that was really small for her size, like insanely small, and as you can see, she's a bit overweight, just a little bit overweight, and that is because whoever had her was feeding her rabbit food. Luckily, the people who are working at the pet store were able to transfer over to a different enclosure, and a couple days later, we actually stopped by and we got her that same day. So this is actually kind of my little project because I want to get her slimmed down, and we're actually, I believe, getting another dragon, and we're going to start a new bearded dragon breeding project, which we may have mentioned before. But yeah, so basically what we're doing is we're once in a while feeding her bugs, which are dubious because they're healthier, and not any worms because The worms are high in fat, and obviously she has enough of that currently. I'm just going to try and pick her up. She won't bite me. I was actually the first person she was okay with picking up when I picked her up at the reptile store, because I saw her, and I was like, oh, can I hold her? It's like she was new. So here she is. Once again, we haven't got a name for her yet. She's not super happy that I took her out, but we put her on the floor, and she just wouldn't move. Like, we thought she was so fat she couldn't move. So yeah, there she is. There's the big baby, and we're trying to come up with a name for her. But yeah, so we're trying to introduce her to salads. She was also not handled very well, but like, you can look now. Penelope has some body type issues from her last breed, but look, like, comparing the two of them, and I mean, none of them are gonna try and like kill the glass. But looking at the two of them, you can tell the difference. She's actually underweight, and we're trying to fatten her up a little bit. And this one's overweight, and we're trying to slim her down. So I'm going to go put her back now, and she's really does look like a toad in there. So she's going to stay in there. We've been trying to introduce her to salads, and she's doing pretty well here so far. I'm going to struggle to close this back up as I continue to talk. So there will be more updates on that. That's just another project that we've got going on, along with like the monitor enclosure and a couple other things. This was originally going to be the tegu's enclosure, but with how there was no ventilation on the top, we decided it would be better for a bearded dragon. So we went ahead and threw her in there, and we're going to get some bedding in there. We might, we'll probably end up filming. I'm not going to make any guarantees, but we might film like the whole tank building. We're going to put like the bedding in, and we'll put like a pillow in there if she can even get up on it, because I mean, like, she's fine with getting up into that, but I don't think she would be able to do it. She's so huge. So yeah, I'm going to finish closing this up, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the next segment.
So we haven't done too much on Edmund lately because he's not in the reptile room yet, but hopefully he will be tomorrow and by the end of this video. But we did go ahead and take his tank bioactive, and by bioactive that can mean plants or isopods or both. And we just did isopods because I'm still not ready to go into plant mode yet. I tend to kill green things that aren't lizards. Yeah. So anyway, we did a transformation. I'm going to switch this around and I will show you what it looks like. Here is the Edmund tank. You can see there is a lot of leaf litter in here, which is essential for your isopods. We did powder oranges in here this time, which I'm sure we'll be doing even more. He has a lot of crickets running around. We put a bunch of crickets in for him. And I think right now, if I'm correct, he is hiding under the food dish. That's his favorite place to go, especially when mommy's messing with him, because he's not super great at being handled. He tolerates me, but this monitor is not super thrilled about it. But I can pick him up. He usually poops on me. That's a monitor defense. So yeah, they like to shit on the people that they don't like. But he is a gorgeous Ackie. Beautiful little guy, gorgeous coloring, getting big, super happy, living his best life, and now he's got some isopods. Hopefully he doesn't snack on them too many and sticks to his crickets. That's what I'm hoping. We'll see what happens. But he does have plenty of crickets in here right now, and hopefully that's what he'll stick with. But yeah, we love Edmund. These guys do require, the Ackie monitors do require the high humidity, plenty of vegetation, places to hide. And he's living his best life.
Move on to the next segment.
This is the look you give when mommy won't give you worms and only give you salad. She's begging like a puppy dog. And this is the look you give when you want to come out and play. But this is puppy dog. Play. Puppy dog. Cat.
A few moments later.
Alright, so we have our dragon who has not yet been named, and we have been attempting, without luck, to feed her salads, and she looks at us like, what the heck is this? Because She's probably never had a salad in her life. She is definitely overweight, and she is definitely a rehab project that we have going on right now. Hopefully pretty soon we'll come up with a name for her, but also, even though she is very chunky, we can't just not let her eat. So she does still have to get some protein, something in her belly, even though we want to make sure she loses weight. So we're not going to be feeding her any worms, since those are high in fat, like your waxworms, mealworms, hornworms, things like that. We won't be giving her any of those. So pretty much she'll be offered salad until she finally decides that, hey, maybe I should eat this. And then she will also be getting dubia, which is a much healthier version of a bug than the worms, especially when you're dealing with this kind of body size. So I'm going to try. She did okay with the last, we did one dubia. I'm going to give her one more. I don't want to overfeed her.
Look at her
She's
eyes.
definitely not used to tongs. But she can't move to hunt. So that's a problem. That's why I've got her in this small container to make sure that she is eating. And there she goes. She did get the dubia that time. But she's very skittish. She won't eat off the tongs for me. And she won't eat anything that is not bugs. So we're going to have to start like weaning her onto lettuces and fruits. And we will be giving her dubias intermittently as well, just to make sure that she is healthy. And Bo is very interested in what's going on. So she's got a couple dubias in her belly. She has some protein in there. We got her to eat something, so I'm just going to offer her some more lettuce today, and we'll go from there, and hopefully we can get some weight off of her in the next few weeks.
Thank you all so much for watching this week's episode of The Reptile Show. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. You can also check out our different social media pages and our Patreon, which are all linked to our channel. If it's easier and you want them like in the description, I can put them there. Just let me know in the comments. And if you want to see us do anything with the reptiles, you know, if you want to see different cage builds or different care methods or anything, or if you have any suggestions, please, you know, let us know in the comments section. We love your feedback. Anyways, I hope you all have a great week. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one. You got any ideas for one? What are you thinking?
There's so many names that I like for her. None of them are like girl names. Like they're all boy names. Like I like Flapjack because she obviously looks like a pancake.
Yeah.
I like Waffles.
Matilda.
Waffles. I like Bertha.
Oh my God.
Saturday.
She's so fat. She looks like a toad.
Oh God. Really?